Hello everyone, welcome back to Fabled Acolyte of the Altar. The Fabled card Update 3 has arrived. This completes the collection of Fabled cards, but unfortunately, it's also introduced a fun little bug. My cards, they're gone! There was a bug that unlocked a whole bunch of Fabled cards that, I didn't unlock at all. And now they're all gone. Also, some of the cards that they say have been introduced in Fabled Card Update, we actually saw earlier. So I'm not sure if that was part of the reason that there were some erroneous unlocks, but I think it's been reset to where it was previously. I think I have all the Fabled cards that I'm supposed to, quote-unquote, have. Maybe. Possibly. But as you can tell, there is still the music bug. I'm not sure if this is something that's just unique to me, but there is still no music, so we will be introducing one of the great soundtracks of all time. Dark Souls 1. A special place in my heart it has. So, we're going to vibe to the Dark Souls 1 soundtrack, and see if we can recover how much I've lost. Now, the roadmap originally stated that Fabled Card Wave 3 was coming in November alongside a rework to the right system, which are these things. But I think what happened is they just pushed the Fabled Card Update 3 and are waiting to, until November or whatever to push the late game meta progression. Or, I don't know, maybe something happened and they had to change their plans. But hey, the Fabled Card collection is complete. So if you were waiting for the completion, waiting for them to all be available so that you didn't have to keep doing it piece by piece, now is the time to hop in. And fun behind the scenes fact, I actually have a video right now uploaded to YouTube that was mono red. Just ready to go. But it makes no sense in the context anymore. I mean, if you want to see it, you can let me know. How should we break this in? Also, they nerfed Splice. Should we go find out how hard it got nerfed? Let's go Sylvan Red. Let's do that. I think I did it the other way before, where my Gator Patron was red, and then I did Sylvan Secondary. Let's now do Sylvan Greater Patron with red as our lesser patron. There was a change to the Sylvan deck, which we will not see in this video. But they removed a Hibernate for the Charging Bear. I don't know if they removed them all, but they removed a few. But anyway, now you talk about what's not here, eh? We have the Mother of Kid. The Mother of Kid is going to bite our poor lone ladybug. But of course, what we're really afraid of is this ram. Yes, swooping is bad. So how do we position for it? I suppose with this. The good old Overlord. So what's going to happen is the bite is going to kill that. And now Ram is open. Ram is going to slam this unit into my face. Unless I play another unit. Like this. Huzzah! Oh. Right, when this get rams, it's gonna... Forgot about that tidbit. I thought I was being cute, like, oh yeah, it'll survive this. I mean, technically, I wasn't wrong, it did. Is this the Taurus demon? The guy on the cliff? Oh, it is, nice. Wow, I just had, like, several flashbacks. Alright, anyway, let's just play all of our cards. So that's going to die. They're going to bump into each other. Well, that's fine. The second bite has opened up. I believe, is this... Yeah, this just goes leftmost. So this isn't a backbite or anything. It would say backbite, and there is a card that has a backbite. But, of course, it's none of these. What's in our deck, by the way? Ah, Ravager Greed, of course. Or perhaps aggression is a better word. Aggression. So with our Fabled collection being reset here, there's a lot more cards that we need to collect. Will I collect them all? Well, there's one of them. My, oh my. See, I could have sworn I played with Passed on the Crown, but it may not have had the card. Some of the ones that were listed in the Fabled card update were there. Like, they listed the bomb. We saw the Fabled bomb. But I don't believe Crown was. And I do enjoy the Crown. Our deck is not really built for the Crown, though. I mean, I suppose on turn 4 we could play our Forsaken Ladybug into this for a Lord Bug. We could also... I have never played with the bomb before. Should we try it? I wonder... Oh, someone suggest... You know what? Let's give it a shot. I have never used this before. For the Mushroom Bomb, we draw this at the start of the game. Whenever you choose dice, deal 1. This is really good for red. So I guess we'll take it. Max Mana is pretty good as well. Will this work with what I think? Let's just go with the Mini Jelly. We are still a red deck after all. Oh no, why did you... So the Mushroom Bomb will always be the first card that we draw. And at the start of the turn, this reduces the cost by 1. It starts at 20 mana. Deal 40 damage. So the idea here is at turn 10, you have a card to just deal 40 damage to the boss's face. It is a reliable win condition. However, there are some shenanigans that can be played with this. I guess Implings kind of play into Pass the Crown, don't they? Everyone say hello to the Fates, my definitely least favorite. One of my least favorite boss fights. It's this character, the Maestro. Those are the worst. But the Fates, based, of course, the 3 sisters of Fate in Greek mythology, or the Nornir in Norse mythology. Norse mythology. They will summon Length of Thread all on your battlefield. And then they will measure them. They will kill them all. And for every 3 tokens on measure, Cut will deal 2 damage with Overkill. So there are a few ways we can approach this. My preferred method is flooding the board with as much as humanly possible to try and prevent Measure from getting out of control, because at this point, we're already going to start taking chip damage from when they cut a minion. The good news is that the jellyfish here are not allowing them to cut peacefully. And we can, of course, use Swarm them to fill up the board a bit. Is that going to be 4 damage already? Ugh, gross. Why are you like this? We just need to keep filling the board with stuff. Unfortunately, this is going to be 2 to my face again, but that'll be it. Then we'll win. All things considered, this wasn't bad. I've certainly had worse. Certainly had worse. Alright. Go away. My precious HP. We have a Lord Bug. There's no symbols here, though. That's quite curious. Infest can be a win con as well, especially if we find a fun little trick. We had the Fiery Chap, which could also be really fun. One of the Fabled cards here. I think I'm just going to roll and see if we can find something. Caltrops. Caltrops, you say? Okay. Caltrops can be absolutely hilarious. Trixie Hunter, fantastic. Still as stone, as the Dark Souls music goes hard. The man mutters, holding a spear close to his chest. Before him graze a group of small, fuzzy creatures and their much larger mother. Super bones, he says, He raises his spear and begins to charge. Which do you help him hunt? The mother. Oh, we lost minimum life for that. Fantastic. Always go for any of those filling feasts you can every time they are offered. Oh, this is like the latest I think you can possibly see. The Gilded Grifter. Well, well, well. We're in the Grifter's game now, ladies and gentlemen. Bomb, Imp, Disciple, Ladybug. We're going to be tested on our memory of our hand here. Bomb, Imp, Disciple, Ladybug. Bomb, Imp, Disciple, swarm them. If you guess that wrong, you take damage, but if you guess correctly, you will get the card that you guessed. Ho, ho, ho. But at this point, this boss isn't too hard. There is just one minor concern. That one. And that is that Work the Crowd has opened up, meaning these prods are going at my face, and there's not a darn thing I can do about it. Big sad. The good news, though, is that we have enough damage to kill him next turn, I think. Yeah. Well, that was exciting, wasn't it? Unless I screwed this up. Quite. Thank you. Sometimes I amaze even myself. There's no kill quite like an overkill. Wouldn't you agree? Random boss music we're listening to right now. It's the Pinwheel. Oh my. That fight never lasts long. Oh hey, Splice. This card was nerfed in the most recent patch. It used to discard a card and then create 5 copies in your hand, which sounded hilarious. But now it discards a card, creates 2 base copies of that card in hand, and shuffles 3 base copies of it into your deck. Which, by the way, is still incredible card cheating. So it's really not that big of a deal. I don't have a fantastic target for this. I mean, it could be possible to split the bombs, or we could just make a bunch of caltrips. But I would much rather use this slot on something that's gonna give me something. Whenever you play a spell, give me +1/+1, even if I'm in your hands. This would be better if we had this. Maybe we just take Splice. Because unlike its unfabled cousin, non-fabled cousin, Splice will affect anything. Alright, fine. I'll take it. I guess worst case scenario, we can Splice the bomb for the memes. Each time a creature strikes for exactly 1 damage, gain 1 borrowed life. Your units with 7 or more attack gain Fearless. This was exceptional for when we were doing Baphomet shenanigans, but are we gonna do Baphomet? My guess is we're leaning on this being a spell build, so I'm gonna go for the Bundle of Snakes. Although, ironically, I only have 1 card that does 1 damage. And that is you, little lone ladybug. Everyone say hello to the unheeded messenger, who's feeling a bit unheeded, and is going to grant us his message from above. Read it carefully. You'll never know what's inside. So it is very important to me we get the lone ladybug smacking as soon as possible. Acolyte, we need not fight yet. Let us rest a while first. 'Tis not safe here, but I will keep watch. Now you may say to yourself, oh, Fabe, the bird was so kind to you. It healed you. Yeah. Yeah, it did. And that's because it's about to do something very rude to me. Here we go. Let's see. Is it going to be the full enrage or take 5? Or are we going to rest again? That would be great. A solar storm approaches. Take shelter in my cavern. Please. Trust me. I do not want to fully advance the rage gauges because I do not want to face Calamity. So we're going to lose a gem. Honestly, it could have been worse. I think a 3/3 is acceptable. You know, I could swing... I lose 2 damage if I swing with him, but I also gain 1 temporary life. Right? If this is working? Cool. Oh yeah, it wasn't working earlier because this was 2 from the Overlord. Okay, well at least I'm going to eat some HP damage. My poor Implings are going to suffer the wrath of the Starbeam, but... Hey, what are you going to do? Zap, 12. I mean, the jellyfish is doing some nice residual damage. Once again, I'm going to swing for this temporary hit points. Instead of... I mean, I guess it'll only deal 1 more damage. But at the end of the day, does missing 1 damage really matter? Sometimes. Hungry for sacrifices, fervent acolytes approach. Drop everything and run. Please trust me. I don't. Makes me wonder what I'm doing with this splice. So this splice could be really funny. We could splice swarm them. So I can just continuously spam charging units. Which, you know what? I think I will. Will I? What do we have in the deck? No, I want to spice caltrips. Okay, good talk, everyone. I'm going to swing first so I get 1 more temporary hit points, because I think this is the -5. Listen to the messenger. Discard your rightmost hand. If I fully advance the rage gauges, I cannot win. This wasn't the damage, but it's farewell splice. One day we'll get a chance to use the splice. I guess the current target is just the caltrips, right? Although ideally we get you're dead, right? Yeah. Ideally we get the tree or that other thing. Didn't I use you? Grant all creatures. Oh, wait. What? Huh? Is this even a card? A 3-mana 1/1 frontline play. Grant all creatures +1 attack. I don't even know. I didn't even know this was a card, so I'm going to take it. It's not great, but it's also not... I had to mention the Maestro. I just had to mention this piece of... It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Totally. Absolutely fine. My draw, however, that leaves a bit to be desired. Does everyone say hello to Maestro Maev? I realize I didn't explain the messenger at all, but it's a pretty straightforward fight. The Maestro, however, is a little bit more complicated. You may be wondering to yourself, Fabe, what do you mean? It looks like she only has 3 passives. You're right. There's parry. That will deal 1 as a counterattack to any minion that attacks her. That makes sense. The piercing gaze will deal 1 to my face every turn, which is why that temporary health was very much appreciated. And the soothing song, which will heal herself for 1. Now, where the complication comes in. Crescendo is about to open. Farewell. Crescendo, once it goes off, will add +1 to all of these passives, meaning the parry will now be a 2 retaliate. The piercing gaze is now going to be 2 at my face every turn, and the soothing song is going to be 2 as a heal every turn. The pain, the suffering. Trying to figure out what the best play is. I think the best play is just spawning a 4/4. And while it may seem foolish, because I think it is, we are going to swing with both here. Because temporary HP is temporary HP. And until I get Reap and Sow, well, this is it. That's all I've got. I wonder if the reason why this is 3 mana is because this is permanent. Huh. Now there's a thought. And I guess I'll play it now. I think it is. I'm just going to swing with this. For a second. Can this endlessly counter? I don't actually know. We might be finding out, though. We're going to learn a valuable lesson today, team. So, I'm going to attack. So, parry, it reads, deal 1 if this kills a creature, deal 1 as another counterattack. Of course, it's dealing 2 right now. So, theoretically, it's going to kill the whole line of units. Theoretically. Let's see. 1, 2. Perfect, it stops at 2. And the boss lives at 1. Oh, you hate to see it. I could have caltropsed it, but I have exactly 10 hit points. Exactly. But I'm not going to pop the feast, because we're going to heal 1 here. And maybe in another fight, this feast will... the temporary HP from this feast will be helpful. Oh, Seed and Harvests. I think I prefer... so... we have the Sap Bug. Activate each season... wait, activate each season of season cards you play. That'd be good for this. I think I'm going to re-roll, even though I do kind of want this. We're looking... ooh. Right now, this is a 2-mana draw. You hate to see it. Here's Grafts. Which, while not... wait, I have Splice, don't I? Yeah. I'm hesitant to draw again in case we get to a chef. But maybe it's okay. Oof. Alright. Whenever another creature survives damage, grant me +1/+1. I'll go Boff... oh, man. Alright, Baphomet this strong. I told you. I knew it. I could sense it in my bones. A large man hunches over a thick metal pot. He has 2 tables on either side, piled with ingredients, some familiar and comforting, others that curdle the stomach from both appearance and sense. Hey look, the Yearning Wood. I think in my video, it's currently just sitting in the void, I actually killed this by letting it feast. I think that I actually did that. So the Yearning Wood. That was the longest intern of my life. Hello? Am I really about to just rip? I guess so. Okay. The Yearning Wood is a giant plant with stomach contents, which decrease by 1 every other turn. Start of turn, if stomach content is 10 or more, it bursts and I die. If stomach content is 0, I starve and I die. It has 2 swallows which deal 1, and if it kills a creature, the Yearning Wood heals for 3, and gets more added to its stomach contents. I think we're just ripping that, because I don't want to take damage. That's always the goal. If you decrease its stomach contents, it will eventually trigger Hanger Tantrum, excuse me, which deals 6 overkill if the stomach contents are less than 3. And then it has Knuckle Break, which will counterattack, deal 2 to all attackers. So it is actually a relatively decent strategy. to try and overfeed it. And we're kind of playing into that right now. I have the cards for it, but I also think I'm just going to kill it with the Mushroom Bomb, because that deals exact lethal. So in other words, we're just sitting here waiting until turn 10. That's it. So I hope you have all had a nice day. Have some popcorn you're munching on, or a drink you're sipping, or, you know, anything. Maybe I should splice one of these overlords, because they actually survive quite a bit. I suppose I could Baphomet at him. Sure. Here you go, bud. There we go, a 10-11. Unlike your non-fabled brother, though, you don't have Rally. That kind of sucks. Even if I spliced this, I wouldn't have enough copies to kill with Caltrips. It's kind of annoying, actually, when I think about it. I could take this opportunity to Filling Feast, but I don't think I'm going to. Oh, I'm fighting Kness, aren't I? Oh. That could be a problem. We need to think about that. How do we beat Kness? I mean, technically the bomb can kill Kness. Speaking of, this is the first time I've ever using this card, so I'm going to savor this moment. Well, as far as nuclear explosions go, I gotta say this on the more accurate side of things. Yeah. There's a world where I double cast the bomb. I don't know if it's a world we live in, because it would need to be turn 14. Yeah, that's not happening against Kness. And there's no world in which I am benefiting from the Ember Scorpion, but I would like to get it for the unlock. And it is, worst case scenario, it's a 3-mana 3/3. Which, you know, I've seen worse stats. I mean, there's also a 3-mana, or a 1-mana 3/2. Kind of putting it to shame. But I'll put it over the Lava Smith. Maybe I will get a sap. Unlikely. Ooh, increased starting hand size. Nice. I think that we only get 3 things, right? So that's perfectly utilizing our burden here. Hello, Prophet of Ruin. Oh, it's the Prophet of Ruin. Well, look on the bright side. The Prophet of Ruin is going to chip away at me, so this will be a good time for Filling Feasts. So, the Prophet of Ruin. Ruin, ruin, ruin. He has a self-fulfilling prophecy. Of what, do you ask? Of ruin! Didn't see that coming, did you? He will summon the Protective Flock. And then he will proceed to kill it. But we can expedite. Expedite? We can hasten the death of the birds. Oh, I shouldn't have played that. I should not have played that. No. Whenever we attack with 3 creatures or more, he will deal 3 to them. Which, of course, if there's a bird, it will kill him. And he has the Rising Dead, which is growing, and will deal 1 to all. This bird is attacking me, so I am taking chip damage, which means I'm going to rip one of these. Fantastic. Get that out there in the open. Here's a Rising Dread to kill the bird. Do I need to play anything? Probably not. But we'll pop down a fish. Once one more bird has died, he will explode and be down to 10 hit points, and then we can kill him. That's the plan. Can I dominate a bird? I've actually never tried. That's actually a good question. I don't know. Maybe I should have spliced to swarm them. Okay, we're gonna kill the bird. Unfortunately, it's perfect. It's exact lethal for this stupid thing. This stupid thing being the scorpion. But I also have exact lethal on him. Next turn. Yes? I think we can skip. Now he's going to explode, break those, go down to 10 hit points. And voila, bada bing, bada boom. 10. I wish I could say I planned that, but it just kind of worked out that way. Oh, the egg care. Yes, you have a thing now. Fantastic. You love to hear it. I think I'm going to replace Baphomet. I mean, Baphomet could be really powerful against Canests. He could also not be. He could just be a dead card. There's a world where I splice the egg care. Alright, we're going in the Menopogoi. Baphomet's going to be really tricky to use. But maybe it's okay. Ah, the Forgotten Warrior. Remember earlier how I was mentioning all those things that annoy me? This guy was in my mind, but I just forgot his name. And the reason is because he has a bunch of healing passives. And erroneous other passives, to be honest. Whoa, no turn to play, huh? You hate to see it. I kind of want to rip caltrops. So the reason I want to have a turn 2 play is because if I took no damage last turn, restore 5 life. But if he takes more than 10 damage, he restores 10 life. And of course, he has the Sunlight Spear, which is dealing 5 with Overkill, hitting me in the face. I guess I'm just... I mean, I could have... What? Is this Overkill hitting that guy and me? Ow. Well, that sucks. Alright. That does suck. I don't want to do this. Oh, I guess he's healing. Yep, okay. I was going to pull, rip the caltrop so it didn't heal because he took no damage, but look at that. All of our hard work erased as if it never happened. I hate this boss. I feel like I say that about a few bosses, but here we are. This might be a bombing. I'm going to lose so many hit points here. I might. This may sound ridiculous. But I think I'm going to splice swarm them. No, that sounds stupid. Do I splice the enchanting egg carrier? Or did I splice? Oh, I'm going to splice caltrops. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, that's the play. We can use the caltrops to push us over the edge. Especially because the White Void is coming, so... I'm going to take this opportunity to infest. I'll swing. We're going to take 3 here. Ugh. So how much damage can I do? I can do 22, 27. Not quite enough. If I rip this, he's going to heal 10, which does suck. Okay. So the white voice is going to kill the egg carrier, and then we're going to pop off with magic. I don't think he's dead yet. But he's close. Oh, he's so close. You hate to see it. Also, I'm taking 5 if I don't play an imp. Which just reduces the damage to 3. Oh, God. Where's the gong when you need it, huh? The ancient gong would have made it so all of those are played twice, and I would have just won. That sure would have been great, huh? Oh, he's still not dead. Bruh. Could I have killed him? No. I could have gotten him to 2. Okay. I'm not going to play this feast until the end of the turn, but I think he's dead. Not dead. I'm sad. Alright, well, at least you can be full health. That's something. I wonder if I could have played that better. Probably. I took so much damage. You're summoning your first creature's turn, deal damage equal to its attack. Yeah. I think I'm gonna go for this guy. Honestly, I'd rather have him than the Scorpion, but maybe over an Impling. I do like the Implings quite a lot, and they are really good fodder for Baphomet the Strong. Oh, thank you. Yes. The Filling Feast Crutch. I think 3 is the absolute maximum that you can have. Everyone say hello to the King of Beggars, who for the first time in some time has made me reload. Good on you, bud. The King of Beggars has appeared in most of the videos, so I won't be surprised if you know how this goes. He has his bowl of beggar coins, which as he throws them at me, is going down in count. But this is not only an attack to my line, this is also a counterattack. So if I were to swing, it would go after the first back row target, and if there is no back row target, it comes after me. How rude. If he runs out of these coins, then he will start dealing 13 damage instead of however many he's dealing now. 5. But he will also suffer that damage. So the strategy that I employ most of the time is just to have crap on the board for him to throw his coins at and suffer. And in my failed attempts, I started swinging at him in situations like this when I had 2 minions on the board to try and deplete his bowl faster. But the problem with that is as his bowl depletes, Bad things start I didn't really mean to play that. I kind of wanted to try and get Baphomet in here, but here we are. If his bowl depletes too quickly, he starts doing this down and out thing, and I ran out of minions, and I was taking 13 to the face, and, well, no one wants that. So we're in a good position here. This is going to sound strange, but I think I'm going to splice this guy. Because as long as this guy has someone to eat, he spawns 2 minions. So he is in himself 2 minions. And there are plenty of minions for him to eat. Like this thing. And then we can introduce Baphomet the Strong. Start doing some big boy damage. I also forgot these guys are fearless, which means they gain damage based on the boss's max health, which is pretty spicy. But yeah, Passing Strangers open up, which restores 1 coin to the bowl and heals the boss for HP. So, you know. I kind of want to swing. Didn't I just talk about the dangers of this, though? But I mean, that's 9. It's 10. That is at 10 damage. Now I'm going to eat him. He's down to 2 coins. He's bleeding. He can perish. But this is another one of those bosses that I think is going to be a Mushroom Bomb play. This is a Mushroom Bomb angle if I've ever seen one. Speaking of, a sacrifice. Now that he's down and out, he's starting to deal 13 damage. So we're going to make sure he has plenty of minions to throw that 13 at. And then he will suffer 13, and then we drop the bomb on him. All according to Keikaku. There's no retaliation. So I'm just going to swing, play that. And ladies and gentlemen, we got him. $22. Sufficient. The infestation would have killed him as well. From the egg care. Okay, we do not need another bomb. Hibernation. I didn't get any of the spell manipulation. I mean, I passed up the Grave Tender. I also passed up Graft. There's 2 more, right? There's the epic one and then the other thing. I think I'm going to take this. Am I? Sure. I do like Hibernation. The only problem is, where does it go? Where does it go? I mean, there's so many cards that I would... Is it going in over the Lava Maw Smith? Ooh, it might be. Sure. I mean, a lot of these cards are here for unlocks, right? Okay. Oh, it's Canestin time. The Altar. Now the Dark Souls music is appropriate. Everyone say hello to the Empiricist Lord, the god of blue. Canest. Ooh, there is a very unfortunate thing happening here in my hands. Do you notice the very unfortunate thing happening? Canest has 2 passives already open. The Lawrence Crunch are these little void circles here. We can only have 4 creatures on the board. No more. A lot less. Because every turn he's going to Hyper Starbeam me, which is super rude. Because it overkills. Deal 5 overkill. We're going to get shipped. But he also has this Eye for an Eye. When your opponent plays a card that costs 5 or more mana, negate the activation of the card and then destroy this ability. So there are 4 cards in our deck that cost 5 or more. Splice, Baphomet the Strong, Enchanting Egg Care, and Da Bomb. I think we're going to sacrifice Baphomet to the Dark Gods. If it comes to that, which it probably will. In fact, I can guarantee you it will. 69. Nice. And now the rest of abilities have opened up. That was rude. This is going to be really awkward, actually. So we have the Melt Mind, which is the problem I mentioned in my hand. This will discard the lowest mana cost card from my hand, which unfortunately is Filling Feast, which means I have to play this turn or I will lose it. Big sad. Elucidate will summon a Chosen of Canest, which will tank the Hyper Starbeam for my board, which sounds like it's good guy Canest, but remember I'm going to take 4 from that overkill. And then Infinite Potential, which will increase his maximum life by 7, which does improve all of percentage-based damage, but oh boy. If I play this, we lose Caltrops. If I don't play this, I'm losing out on 5 life. We're going to take the life. Farewell, Caltrops. You shall be missed. Okay. So the play here is to definitely place... I think we're going to have to leave Amber Scorpion as a sacrifice to the Melt Mines. And then next turn, we play Baphomet the Strong, which will be countered by Eye for an Eye. But then we can go into the Enchanting Egg Care. I could even splice the Enchanting Egg Care. I know that looks like a waste of 5 mana, but remember our win con. I could splice the Fear Guard. There's an idea. It worked out well against the King of Beggars, but is that all it would work out well against? I mean, the other guy has 1 hit point, right? Oh, he has 4. That actually is really good for me. Is that what we do? I was thinking of splicing her, but... Actually, you know what? Splicing her is the play. There are 2 reasons for this. I can play her every turn moving forward, and she is at 5 HP, so unless he spawns the Chosen, I will not be taking any overkill damage. So every turn is literally just playing her. Okay, we're taking 4. And now I have to win before the next Elucidate. That's it. That's it. That's the strat. We are on a timer. But when infests overwrite themselves, they activate. And I'm pretty sure... we win. GG team. Canests. Oh, by the way, I made the absolute correct call. Just, I'd like to point that out. I was absolutely correct when I had to play the Filling Feasts. Swing. Canests. Lord. Dark Lord of the blue deck. You have been bombed. Well. Gotta say, Mushroom Bomb came in clutch. The Acolyte's journey completed. Haru absorbed the offerings of irradiated flesh. At last, her siblings culled from every field and forest. No one was left to interfere with life and death. The inescapable end. GG. Egg carrier carried. That was such a good idea. I'm so proud of myself with that idea against Kness, because we would not have survived. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Oftentimes in the past, I've used the mana pool koi at 5, like turn 5 beyond. The mana pool koi is a good way to soak that as well, but the egg carrier was clutch. All right, so what do we got? We have Ambush, a 2-mana spell. Draw a card, deal damage equal to its cost. Why do I feel like we saw that? All right. The Fungal Explosive, the 7 mana in 3 turns, deal 40 damage. How do we cheat this? Because by itself, without any shenanigans, this effectively says the same thing as a regular Mushroom Bomb. You can play this, assuming you draw in time. You'd play this turn 7, turn 8, turn 9, turn 10, boom. So, but I'm sure there's a, I know there's a spell we can use to, it's a blue card, right? A Fabled blue card where you can swap mana costs of things. Rouse, choose a creature. When it dies, summon 2 charging bears for 3 mana. Okay. I mean, that's just value, honestly. I like that card. If you multicast this through green shenanigans, do you summon multiple bears? The Spear Runner, 6 mana, 6/6. Whenever your hand is empty, rally. Oh. What kind of creature even is this? Is it facing backwards right now? Anyway. That is very niche, but it's also a 6 mana 6/6. Which is okay. If you can find the infinite combo with this, tag us. Oh no, it's a challenge. The infinite combo? Oh, I have no idea. It has to be like a return to hand thing, right? Interesting. The Enchanting Supporter, a 5 mana 4/5. Play, reduce the cost of creatures by 2 this turn, but not less than 0. Okay, respect. Not less than 0. So it means they can go to 0, right? That's what that tells me. Okay. The Amber Sapper, 5 mana 2/3, Overlord, sap a random targetable enemy ability that's not already sapped. I feel like I've seen this one too. And the Battalion Trainer, 2 mana 2/1. Whenever you summon another creature, give it charge. Charge! Yo-ho. Okay. That... So this just means it can go face when you spawn it. So this is more of like a mid to late game thing than an early mana 2 mana. An early game 2 mana. Okay. I see. I think... so damage-wise, this, I think, most of the times is worse than Caltrips. However, 2 mana draw a card is a card I would play. 2 mana draw a card do something is just kind of the cherry on top, you know? And if you're playing red-blue, you know, you can draw some fat costs. Morelia is 10. The new Valdred is 10. Most of those cards are expensive. Yeah. There's potential there. So you got 1, 2, 3 red, and then 4 greens. I think we're on the title screen music. And the bestiary updated? Oh, I've killed Knest 4 times. My boy. Shall we read the lore of Knest? Knest is a being beyond mortal understanding. Hi, Zinch. Though far from the strongest of the gods by brute force, their divine reason was able to cause even their sworn opponents to consider their position and to hesitate when it came time for their execution. Knest capitalized on this mistake, ensuring their brethren were the ones to become the beasts. There is no greater priority than avoiding that fate, for to wander around without reason is far worse than death. Huh. Fair enough. So we have 2... We've only killed Haru and Loane twice. Really? I guess since they started keeping track, right? Okay. I guess that means we should play some blue next time, right? Sounds good. I miss when these were just the gems and I could click on them. That made it so much easier to do this. But alas, I digress. Look, the collection has grown. There's so many missing things now, but hey, the Fabled update is now complete, and all of the cards are available to be unlocked at our leisure. I think I will leisurely keep doing this. It's really nice to have a game that I can kind of just, I don't want to say mindlessly, but it's pretty chill. I can just come in, it takes like an hour, we run it down, we have a good time, I complain about Maestro attacking me and I can't do anything about it. We move on with our lives while filling out a collection. And I get to keep YOLOing through my favorite OSTs of all time. So, I mean, hey, until they fix this anyway. But thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Thank you to the patrons and the channel members who support the channel. I greatly appreciate you. If you would like to help the channel, feel free to join the Discord description down below. And I will see you next time.